Fox 61 News at 5 starts now.
And now at 5, the search is on for a suspect on the run after he left during a court appearance. What police are saying about this suspect.
And moments ago, the desperate search for a missing teenager comes to an end. More ahead on her safe reunion and where police found her.
Plus, reaction continues to pour in tonight after President Biden announces his student loan forgiveness plan. We're hearing from both sides of the aisle and what borrowers need to know to get relief.
And child tax rebates are on the way. We'll have details ahead on when Connecticut families can expect to receive those checks.
And on the ground of the Big E, they are setting the table with sweet and savory. We'll give you a sneak peek of all the snacks you can expect to devour. All right, good evening and thanks for joining us at 5. I'm Brent Harden.
And I'm Sarah Sanchez. We want to start with first a weather watch alert. It looks nice out right now. As you can see, looking live over Hartford and New Haven. Trust us, it looks pretty out there. It does look different on the radar, though. Yeah, that's where we're going to send things now.
Yeah, the storms are on the way. More coming to Connecticut. Let's send it over to Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank for a look at what we're expecting. Rach.
Yes, blue skies now.
Okay.
Tomorrow, the radar is active and busy, especially between 12 o'clock and 10 p.m. I know that's a big window of time, but there will be a few rounds of scattered showers and storms. And just like we saw Monday and Tuesday, they're hit or miss. Does every town get a storm? No. But some that do will get some locally very heavy rainfall and the chance for gusty winds. The Storm Prediction Center has highlighted areas around I-84 north and west, so almost the northern half of the state, and seeing a greater risk for a severe thunderstorm. There's still a chance for one in southern areas, although that risk does get lower as you head closer to the shoreline and especially in southeastern Connecticut. The greatest risk is going to be for strong gusty winds, but also we learned from Monday and Tuesday that it doesn't take much rain to cause flooding because the ground is so hard. It just has trouble absorbing all that rain. So I want to jump right in on the timing. In the morning, we wake up to sunshine and you're thinking storms, what storms? But as we head through the afternoon, this is 1 o'clock, a rising chance for those scattered showers and storms to start firing up. There may be a brief line that ends up developing. And as we head into the evening, a few leftover rumbles of thunder out there right into the news at 10 tomorrow night. For now, though, here's what it looks like in Hartford. There are those blue skies, a few puffy clouds. It is warm out there today, highs in the 80s to around 90 degrees, and no weather issues out there for this evening. This is the line that we'll be tracking as we head through the day tomorrow. We'll talk more about it and where we go from here this weekend coming up.
Thank you, Rachel. Well, scan the QR code on your screen to download the free Fox 61 News app. There you can get immediate updates on breaking news happening in your neighborhood.
Some breaking news tonight. The search is on for 24-year-old Mariko Ellis. Police say Ellis was in front of a judge when he suddenly bolted from the courthouse during the proceeding. And tonight, as we said, the search is on to find him. Fox 61's Matt Karen is live in Hartford now as the search efforts continue. Matt.
Yeah, hi guys. We are just feet outside of Hartford Superior Court. This is where at around noon today, the 24-year-old suspect and defendant who you just referenced, Mariko Ellis, ran right out of these front doors, and then he bolted down this sidewalk heading toward Park Street, where right now at this late hour, the search to find him is still continuing. Judicial marshals immediately called State Police Troop H to assist, and they launched a large-scale search, bringing in resources like canine police dogs and even drones. Mariko Ellis was last seen wearing a black shirt, black pants, and no shoes. We're told he lost his shoes as he ran out. We looked up Mr. Ellis's record with Judicial, and he had 3 separate court cases scheduled on the docket today here in Hartford. One for illegal gun possession in violation of probation, a second case for the possession and sale of narcotics, and a third case with charges ranging from illegal gun and drug charges to assaults. Now, here's what we've been told by the state judicial branch. This all happened because Mr. Ellis's court case was not going well. I'm told the judge, Judge Doyle, was about to raise Ellis's bond. That's when Ellis took off, jumping over several of the courtroom benches. And because of all of this, the judge ended up just ordering his rearrest and upped his bond to nearly $2 million. As we mentioned, the search right now continues to try and find Mr. Ellis with the help of the state police and the Hartford Police Department. We're live here outside Hartford Superior Court on Lafayette Street. Matt Caron, Fox 61 News.
All right, Matt, thank you. New tonight, another Plymouth schoolteacher has been arrested for failing to report sexual misconduct. 47-year-old Rebecca Holleran is being charged with failure to report abuse, neglect, or injury of a child or imminent risk of serious harm to children for failing to report abuse involving teacher James Eschert. This coming just a day after a former principal and a teacher were arrested for also not reporting Eschert's alleged sexual misconduct with students. Eschert has pleaded not guilty.
Just a few hours ago, Farmington police were led on a chase by a suspect wanted on a felony arrest warrant. Police say the 34-year-old suspect engaged officers in that chase when they attempted to pull him over. The suspect got out onto Farmington Ave and ran away before being taken into custody. We're told the suspect rammed into a Farmington police cruiser multiple times with his vehicle. An officer was taken to the hospital, but there's no word on their condition. Farmington Ave was closed for some time as police were there on scene. And new at 5, a safe reunion after a 5-day search comes to an end.
Just moments ago, police saying 19-year-old Nyla Tolo has been found safe and sound. Always good to be able to report that. Fox 61's Carmen Chow has this update for us. Carmen?
Brent and Sarah, Southington police officers found Nyla Tolo at a park in Hartford, and her family is currently with her, so we know that she is safe, but we are still working to find out if she was alone and who she was with during those 5 days when she disappeared. Now, I spoke to police this morning, and initially they said they were not sure if she was safe or not. They just knew she was alive. Nyla's mother said her daughter has a tendency to leave home whenever she is upset, but will always come home in a matter of hours or reach out to family members. Now, Nyla does have developmental disabilities, meaning even though she is 19 years old, she processes thoughts like a younger child. That was the #1 concern the family and police had. They were worried she was with a stranger, especially since she's been messaging with strangers on social media. Now, the family was supposed to hold a vigil here at the Southington Town Green tonight. I don't know if it's still happening. I reached out to the mother, but I have still yet to hear back. But all in all, these are the positive, happy endings we always hope for. I'm live in Southington. Carmen Chow, Fox 61 News.
Yeah, certainly some good news. We're following breaking news of a shooting in Manchester. New video into our newsroom tonight on the scene. It happened around 3:30 this afternoon near Spruce and Bissell Streets. Police say the suspects ran from the scene. They're still searching for them. Thankfully, nobody was hurt. Anyone with information is asked to call police.
Reaction continues to pour in tonight after the president's student loan forgiveness announcement yesterday. That forgiveness plan could help more than 40 million Americans.
But the decision is facing a lot of controversy and back and forth. Fox 61's Ben Goldman joins us in studio with what's being said on both sides of the issue. Ben.
Well, Sarah and Brent, today student loan borrowers, activists, advocates gathered in front of the White House to both celebrate and also to push for more when it comes to student loan forgiveness. The rally comes just one day after the president announced what his administration's been working on to help student loan carriers with debt. Biden's plan makes 43 million borrowers eligible for some debt forgiveness, with 20 million who could get their debt erased entirely. That's according to his administration. So what do you need to know about this big announcement? $10,000 in federal student loan debt is now being erased for those with incomes below $125,000 a year or households that earn less than $250,000 annually. An additional $10,000 is being canceled for those who received federal Pell Grants to attend college. Many may not remember what type of grant they received. The Federal Student Aid Dashboard can help clarify that for you. All you have to do is log into your Federal Student Aid account. Under the grant selection, click on View Details to see your grants and see if they were Pell Grants. Pell Grants were given by the Department of Education for exceptional financial need. And if you've already paid off a chunk of your loans, the Director of Student Financial Aid at the University of Hartford says you can still get benefits if you qualify.
If the student doesn't have $20,000, but they're eligible for up to that, at least they're going to receive some portion of the loan cancellation.
Local lawmakers sharing their reaction to the decision. Senator Richard Blumenthal saying that these actions will help many middle-class and low-income families, especially in minority communities, and bolster the economy. Blumenthal's challenger for the upcoming election, Leora Levy, denouncing the decision, saying in part, quote, "This is unfair, wrong, and it is socialism. You might get bailed out today, but you'll be working to pay for everyone else's bailouts for the rest of your tax-paying life." Most people will need to apply for the relief. The Education Department has income data for a small share of borrowers, but the vast majority will need to prove their incomes through an application process. Officials said applications will be available before the end of the year. In addition to forgiving student loan debt, the president's also extended the pause on payments until January 1st of 2023. Brent and Sarah, back to you.
All right, Ben, thank you. New tonight, a New London man was arrested for public indecency. Mansfield police say they arrested Dante Moore after getting a report of a man exposing himself to customers in the parking lot of the Eastbrook Mall. Moore was taken into custody without incident, and he was released on $5,000 bond. He is due back in court on September 13th. All right, taking a look at COVID numbers here in the state of Connecticut now. In the last 7 days, 23 more people have been hospitalized with COVID-19. 15 people have passed away from COVID-19 associated deaths. And finally, the percentage of tests coming back positive stands now at 10.64%.
And good news for thousands of Connecticut families. Governor Lamont says the child tax rebates are being issued this week. It grants up to $250 per child for a maximum of 3 children. The extra money is intended to help out struggling families with the start of the school year.
But I think it makes a difference for families, makes life a little more affordable, helps those kids get back to school the very best they can.
The Connecticut Department of Revenue Services says the majority of rebates will be mailed out by the end of the week. They say over 189,000 families have already qualified, and that money will benefit 317,000 children.